Alright, today we have a 19 Highlander push to start. It is literally the easiest install that I do up here. We're going to make all the connections in the steering column, but first you have to flash it, and we're using my mobile flasher today. So I'm going to prep my ALCA and go from there. And flash the ALC at the same time. Alright, so parking light, we need to pull the white, or you don't have to pull it, but I pull it. And that is to turn off the auto parking lights. This plug here, we need green with red for the SLP connection. This plug we need pink for ignition, brown with red, brown with yellow for can high, can low, and orange with black. This is your power harness. We're not using the blue with white, so now you just have power and ground in there. That's constant power. And then this plug, we're going to need the green for parking lights. Alright, since basically all of these connections are going to be made in the steering column, the only thing that's different is we're going to need to tape them up in two bundles. So you got parking light, green, white with red, white with black, and then can high and can low are also going to be made at the, I think it's called the click spring connector. I'll show you that in the vehicle. So we tape all these up. And everything else you tape up together, because they will be going to the connector where the SLP connection's made at. You can get ignition, power and ground there, as well as the SLP. I cut them all off the same length. These, I cut these down a little bit. Parking lights, and then your auto light brake is right here. The really loud noise in the background is the automatic car wash behind me. So there you go. That's the prep for a 19 push-to-start Highlander. So I'll be back in the car. Alright, today we're in the 19 push-to-start Highlander. Everything's going to be done right here. So first of all, you have to leave the car running to get the screws out to hold the shroud on. Then we can put those there. Press in on the sides, break the snaps. It doesn't break them, it breaks them loose. And then you can put your finger up in here to get this other clip. It should just pull down. So, that's all we need for that. Then, right here, the bundle with can high, can low, auto light brake, and parking lights needs to be zip tied right here. This here connection with the power, ground, ignition, and SLP, you can zip tie right here, because your connector is right here. use the box that the module came in for my trash can. And the ALCA I zip tie back here on the harness that goes over to the center console with all the wires from the steering column. Shove it back in there a little way so it stays out of the way of everything. And then you got a little bit extra harness down here. You need to zip tie that up so that it doesn't get hung up on anything in there. Because the steering column is telescopic, it moves in and out. Alright, so now turn the vehicle off. I'll open the door so I don't suffocate. It's probably going to be a little louder, but... So this plug here has your parking lights as well as the auto light brake connection that we need to hook up. So parking lights in this vehicle are going to be this light green wire, and then the auto light that we brake is black, and it's in the last pin. Alright, so I made the connection, which I think it's a 20 pin plug. Pin 20 is the auto lights where you brake it, and pin 18 is parking lights. So zip tie that up and plug it back in. Now your can high and can low is in this click spring connection right here. It's blue on this car. So you need to strip that piece of tape out of there. I gotta shut the door because it's raining again. So this is where your can high and can low connections are going to be made. Can low will be white, can high is going to be the tan. You need to be very careful with these wires because they're very small gauge and they can break easily. Once you make the connections, always zip tie it over it so that they don't come loose or fall out. And now your last set of connections are going to be done here at the SLP connection in this harness. Do ground first, it's going to be white with black. Next will be the SLP connection, which is going to be this light greenish color. It's a center pin on this plug, which SLP is going to be green with red. Next is ignition. It's going to be red in the plug and pink coming off the ALCA. And your final connection is going to be 12 volts constant, which is this black wire here. So this one I will tape back up and then throw a zip tie around it, plug it back in, and program the ALCA. Alright, so plug in. I just key in my hand. So what you need to do is press the start button 2 times with your foot off the brake, and wait for the light on the ALC to either start blinking or turn solid green, which it did. So that means the vehicle is programmed. So now I just have to go outside and press lock 3 times and see if it starts. Alright, on this one we need to check for the factory alarm, which it has. We need to wait until the light starts to blink, and then I'll step about 10 feet away and press lock 3 times. The vehicle will start up. I'll wait a few seconds until it goes through its complete startup procedure, and then I'll hit unlock and open the door, and the vehicle should shut off. And I'm getting soaked. It's rainy today. No fun. Alright, it's blinking. Alright, the vehicle started up. As soon as I open the door, it should shut down. Which it did. So now you just have to put the vehicle back together, and it's good to go. Also, I usually test them one more time after it's all together.